Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert. I'm a self esteem development fanatic, starting with my own. And every single weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, we bring you Good Morning Millionaire. This is a show that is strictly about you raising up your leadership level. This is a show that's strictly about you becoming a better entrepreneur, a better human being, so that you can serve the planet in a better way. Every Monday, we focus on mindset. Every Tuesday, we focus on sales tips. Wednesdays is all about marketing. Thursdays is all about leadership. And then Fridays, we do Free Coaching Friday, which is where we put the programming in your hands. You get to decide exactly what we're going to talk about and when. Right now, it's check-in time. No, rep your city. Let them know what kind of business you have. We want to know how you help people, how you help the planet. It is Monday, baby. It's time to go get it. So I hope you are feeling incredible this morning. What's up, Ashley? Glad you made it in this morning. My man Daryl made it in. Let's go. What's up, Kenya? I'm glad you made it in this morning, Queen. Yuli's in the house. Samaya made it in. Let them know where you from, all that good stuff. I got something real interesting to talk to y'all about this morning. I don't know if anybody can feel me on this one, but we gonna see. Some of you know, some of you don't. But today you get the newsletter. Make sure you go to wearemillionaireminded.com. Today it is newsletter day. That means if you go to wearemillionaireminded.com, then we are going to be able to send you your newsletter. The newsletter comes out every single week, and it's all about your ability. Oh, I see what I was doing wrong there. It's all about your ability to grow as an entrepreneur, right? So we have a mindset portion, we have a heart set portion, and we have a skill set portion every single week. When you get the newsletter, it's split into mindset, skill set, and heart set. Mindset, skill set, and heart set. So you'll always get something that'll help you bulletproof your philosophy on another level. You'll always get something that'll help you feel more of a sense of fulfillment and belonging and contentment with where you are right now. And then you'll always get some skills to help you go even further. So that's every single Monday you get the newsletter. It's called Entrepreneurishment. It comes out 3:30 p.m. EST every single Monday. And if you've never joined, then make sure you go to wearemillionaireminded.com right now. Right now. All right, y'all. I got 7:31. That means I'm running a little bit late. Check it out, y'all. I wanted to tell you about a little experience that I had recently because, I thought that it was life-changing. And, it happened probably about a year ago at this time. And I don't know, I wanted to share it. Basically, I was riding down the street. I was riding right down Camp Creek. I'll never forget. I was riding down Camp Creek Parkway here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was planning out something that I was intending on doing, something that I knew would be big, et cetera, so forth. And I distinctly heard myself in the back of my mind be like, you ain't ready, dog. Well, and at first when it hit me, I can't remember what I was listening to at the time, but it was talking about the power of observing your own thoughts. And when I said that to myself, it blew my mind. I could not understand why, with all the personal development books I've read, with all of the stuff I program myself with, I go to sleep listening to affirmations. I can quote from the Strangest Secret and The Secret. I understand Think and Grow Rich. I've read Psycho Cybernetics. I'm talking about I've done all of this internal work on myself, and that inner voice still was talking down to me. Listen, y'all, I want to ask you this morning, is your self-talk driving you crazy? That's what I want you to ask yourself this morning. Is my self-talk driving me crazy? If you could hear out loud what most people are saying in their heads, it would sound like the thoughts of a crazy person. I dare you ask yourself that. Are my thoughts driving me crazy? Because for almost everybody on the planet, y'all, the self-talk in our head is driving us nuts. The self-talk in our head is responsible for so many of our failures. The self-talk in our head is responsible for the way that we think. Until we change what we say to ourselves in our head, we're going to continue to trip up over these internal stumbling blocks. So I want to give you some ideas for changing the self-talk in your head. Here's the first one, y'all. Become aware of the conversation. So somebody give me that in the comments. Changing the self-talk in your head, and then share that. Can you do that for me, Danita? Good morning, Danita. Somebody give it to me. Good morning, Darnisha. Change the self-talk in your head. Good morning, Cindy. Can you share that with me? Share the statement. Change the self-talk in your head. Yeah, appreciate it, Damon. Glad you made it in, King. Yeah, Tess. Change the self-talk in your head. Can you type that and then share that for me? Yeah, Aya, glad you made it in, Queen. Change the self-talk in your head. Somebody give it to me. Change the self-talk in your head. Change the self-talk in your head. Change the self-talk in your head. That's exactly right. Hey, you better preach, Crystal. You better preach. These thoughts take lots of work. You constantly hating on yourself. Yeah, Cindy. It's driving me crazy because I'm not doing what I should be doing. Come on. Come on. Change the self-talk in your head. Change the self-talk in your head. That's the topic for today. Change the self-talk in your head. And what triggered a change in my self-talk was this encounter that I had with myself, right? Even with all the self-improvement I do, even with all the books I read, right? My obsession with psychology, my obsession with neurology, I still missed what I was saying to myself. Until you become aware of how crazy your self-talk is, you're not going to be able to change it. So that's the first one, y'all. Become aware of the conversation. When I heard from myself, and what I found difficult was how my own self-talk seemed like so, I don't know. I was talking to myself like an OG to be hating on the young kids or something like that. It's like I was very disappointed in myself. It's like the language I was using and the negativity that I expressed in my head, even towards I'm gonna tell you somewhere else in a full moment of transparency. When I'm driving and I see people, I'm very judgmental. I'm very I don't think I have quite road rage. You know what I'm saying? But what I discovered is that the language that I use and the negativity that I expressed in my head towards other people was completely out of alignment with everything I did in the real world. I was saying things that I would never say out loud. I would never say it in real life. And I'm just sharing this with you because once you become aware of the conversation you're having in your head, what you might find useful is to be compassionate with yourself. Don't become angry. Don't become critical of your own thoughts. It sucks, man, to learn that what you're saying to yourself is like what a hater would say to you. It sucks, man. If you talk to other people the way you talk to yourself, you wouldn't even have no friends. But here's the best part. Every aspect of your life can be changed. Your crazy self-talk ain't no different. Becoming aware is just the first step in battling this little demon in your head. So here's the second thought I have for you. Is your self-talk negative most of the time? Is your self-talk negative most of the time? Ask yourself this question. If you're anything like me, you'll probably notice most of your self-talk is negative. This is your survival brain trying to protect you from the dangers of the big bad world so you can stay safe. You're facing this big bad world. It's so wild out there, right? And so your brain is not a happiness device. Your brain is not a money-making device. Your brain is not a health machine. You know what your brain is about? Survival. Your brain has so many tricks built in. I was telling some of my mentees the other night about how if you've ever gone to a hypnotist show, I didn't go with you, but I bet you I can tell you exactly what they did. They picked 15 to 20 people out the audience. They put them up on stage. And then they said, they gave them what's called a suggestibility test. They were like, yo, I want you to put your hands together. And then I want you to try to open them. No matter how hard you try, you can't open them. The harder you try, I want you to try to open your hands. And the harder you try, the more they're going to be stuck together, And then they'll send a bunch of people back to their step. They'll keep a couple of them on stage. Why? Because they were the ones that were the most suggestible. And what hypnotists know is that when you tell yourself you're going to try to do something, it's your exit word. Like if I hit you up, Damon, and I'm like, I got to move this weekend. I know it's last minute, but can you come help me? And then you're like, I'd rather go get a tooth drilled than come help you move, right? But you're polite. So what do you say? You say, man, don't hold me to it, but I'm going to try to get there. I'm going to try to be there. Why? Because try is your exit word. It's the way the brain works. And a lot of times you say, I'm going to try to accompany. That's your self-talk killing you. Is your self-talk negative most of the time? I want you to understand that, like, if it's mostly negative, then this will 100% affect your results in life. It will 100% affect how you see the world. To stop your self-talk from driving you crazy, you got to change the conversation. It's not going to happen overnight, but you got to change it. You'll need to slowly become aware. Awareness is always the first step to change, baby. And then you're going to start to add more positive self-talk. You can't just erase it. You got to replace it, right? You got to question the old self-talk in your head. You got to grab that joint and just look at it. Like, yo, what was that? Bless your heart. No, I'm choosing a different thought. The best self-talk, y'all, is compassionate conversation. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. But guess what? It starts with being kind to yourself. Think about what really could be going on in the lives of the people you're being so critical of in your head. When you do something in the real world and your negative self-talk talks that action down, tell yourself, I'm doing the best I can at this moment, right now. You know, there's this story one of my mentors tells about being on a subway train, and you know what I mean? He's trying to think about what he has to do that day, and this little kid is just going crazy. And he's looking at the man like, yo, you just letting your kid wow out. And then he's just staring back out the window, but the kid is just going nuts. And then he looks back over him, and the dude is just ignoring his child, just going crazy, right? And finally, he can't take it anymore. And he's like, hey, man, could you like help her quiet down? And then the guy just kind of snaps out of it, and he looks at his daughter, and he's like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. She just now found out that her mom is about to die, and we just don't know what we're going to do. You never know what people are going through in their life. You got me? Change the conversation in your head, man. And if you'll give yourself more compassion, you'll be able to give others more compassion. You got me? Maybe you change the conversation in your head from the adult talking down to the child to the adult speaking to his or her greatest idol, right? The person that you would love the most. Maybe you tell yourself that where you are today is so much further than you were, let's say, a few years ago, right? Maybe you tell yourself how far you've come and how far you still got to go. By simply changing the characters in your head, right? Positive self-talk will come more naturally into the conversation. Talk to yourself the way you would your hero. The conversation can be changed in your head, baby. When you imagine you're talking to yourself, you wouldn't talk negatively to your hero, would you? You wouldn't talk down to your hero. You're so impressed with your hero, right? Your hero is the woman, or your hero is the man. You like, that's that chick right there, right? Right? You wouldn't, you know what I mean? Talk down to them. Yeah, Big George. Yeah, my man G Hunter in the house, right? So what I dare you to do is treat the conversation in your head like you would when you're talking to a legend, somebody you consider a legend. You're going to be more disciplined at what you say. You're going to be more tactful. You're going to be more intentional, because you don't want this dude to feel like you crazy. You know what I mean? You don't want him to look down on you, right? Watch what I did there. You don't want them to look down on you, so you would talk to them with tact and compassion and adoration. And you would make sure you let them know how much they've affected your life. There is somebody here you would do anything for. Am I lying? You love somebody so much you'd do anything for them. What if you make that person yourself? What if you decide I'd do anything for me, including change my internal conversation? Here's the next thought I got for you. Create new inputs. Everything that goes into your head helps to shape the conversation. Check it out. Somebody give me this in a comment. Whatever entertains you trains you. Somebody give it to me. Whatever entertains you trains you. Whatever entertains you trains you. You're talking about how our people are so behind. Well, listen to what we listen to. Think about what we think about. You know all these lyrics by heart. I ain't going to tell you the kinds of things they say to you, because I'm guilty of it too. I get in the gym and suddenly I'm a serial killer. If you was to listen to the kind of, I'm joking, but I'm not. You know what I mean? I mean, whatever entertains you trains you. The movies that you watch, the music that you listen to, check it out. If you saturate your head with bad news from the television, if you saturate your mind with all these negative friends, all these negative colleagues, hear me. If your social media timeline is a bunch of garbage, your head will think these inputs of information are real. It's going to start working its way into your conversation. The language, the level of negativity, the point of view your mind uses, it's all coming from the stuff you consume. You're creating a conversation based on all the media you're consuming, based on all the entertainment you're consuming. Whatever entertains you trains you. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but in computer world, what they say is garbage in, garbage out. Try filling your brain up with more of the stuff that's fulfilling. You know, I've tried to do this. See what I just did there? I've done this the past few years. The results have been phenomenal, and I'm still working on it every single day. For me, the best input is books. I don't know how many of you have checked my book out. If you've checked my book out, drop some fire emojis for me. If you love that thing, only if you loved it. If you ain't love it, then, you know, if you don't got something good to say, you know. But my book is called Take It Easy, right? Because I wanted to add into the conversation that everybody thinks that working hard is the key to success. But I know so many people who work hard who I wouldn't consider successful. And then I know so many people that are successful who I would not consider them working as hard as some guy out there pouring concrete in the summer or roofing it, right? You can check the book out at HaziqAli.com. But here's what I'm saying to you, y'all. To me, the best input is books. To me, books is the thing. There's something about words on a page that ingrains a new conversation in your head and begins to change your self-talk. I try to go through at least 2 positive books every single month about people that are doing the extraordinary. I try to pick up what my heroes say in their head. I try to pick up what their self-talk is. In last week's newsletter, I gave you a quote from Michael Jordan, right? The quote was, why would I think about missing a shot I haven't taken yet? Woo, that's a jewel. I listen to this stuff constantly. I'm trying to pick up what my heroes use for self-talk. I'm going to the Jay-Z exhibit in New York, right? Because to me, it's a phenomenal thing to have access to somebody who went from the projects to a billionaire and their real thoughts. Because most of the billionaires that you think you're reading a book from, you're really reading their ghostwriter. That billionaire ain't read that book. That billionaire didn't write that book. So there'll be things missing from the recipe. Can you dig it? All I'm saying is that the truth will continue to repeat itself like a police interrogation, though. You can learn so much about your hero's self-talk through the books that tell the story of their life. You got me? Hey, you can get it at HaziqAli.com. HaziqAli.com. Hey, appreciate that, Damon. Appreciate all the fire emojis, everybody. Hey, check it out. Here's the last thought I got for you. Changing the conversation in your head is going to take discipline, right? And you hear me say this almost every single morning. Discipline is going to be a fundamental pillar of any change you want to make in your life. The self-talk in your head ain't no different. If the self-talk in your head is driving you crazy like mine did, you're going to have to bring a new level of discipline into it. You got me? When your mind starts saying these hateful things to you, don't let them get away with it. Hold yourself accountable and insist on replacing that negative self-talk when you witness it. Allow yourself to allow a different point of view. Think about what you're thinking about. Your life is directed by the conversation in your head. So let's make it a good one. Am I making sense? Let's make it a good one. The last thing that I'm going to tell you this morning, y'all, is that's why we do affirmations every time. Every single morning we do affirmations because it changes your self-talk. You got to break the pattern in a moment. When you hear that negative self-talk, the quickest hack you can use is to break the pattern. This is why you need the affirmations. You know, when you purchase the book, which you can grab from HaziqAli.com. Thank you so much for caring. Y'all, I appreciate it. When you grab the book, what you'll see is that you also get a whole bunch of these affirmations and whatnot. You get all these affirmations. You can say your affirmations with us every single morning. We also give you this training called the computer versus the mind. That's going to blow your mind because I want you to know yourself. And once you know whose you are, and once you know who you are, your self-esteem naturally improves. You got me? You got to break the pattern. So think about what you want the conversation to be instead. Think of your negative talk like some old vinyl record you used to see in your grandpa's house. You know, what you're going to do is take that negative material and scratch it with a screwdriver, right? So it doesn't play anymore. We got to interrupt the pattern. For those that are wondering, you know, if I'm still going through it, I've tried to be transparent this whole morning and let you know that I'm still going through it. We're all battling these conversations in our head. And maybe you allow yourself to complain for 30 seconds and that's it. Maybe you allow yourself to complain for 2 minutes, get it all out, and that's it. But let's try to make, I just did it again. You see that? Let's make a change. Let's decide to make a change. Am I making sense? The aim of the game, y'all, is to sway the conversation. At the very least, be aware of what it is you're saying. I dare you this morning, give it to us in the comments. What are some ways that you normally talk to yourself that you want to change? Maybe we name that voice. Maybe we name that voice that's so negative, that's so judgmental, that's such a hater. Maybe we name that voice, y'all, and we decide that we're going to do something different now. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope this has been helpful for you. Give us a like, give us a share. If you want to call in on the affirmation line and join us crazy people, you know, I'm living proof that affirmations can transform your life. Every single morning, I say the exact same affirmations that I was saying when I was sleeping in my car. My sister's a doctor. I could have went and lived with her. Don't get me wrong. My brother was like the youngest GM in Target history. I could have went and lived with him, but I made this entrepreneurship bed. I said I was going to sleep in it, except it wasn't a bed. It was my car. And for me to be driving, you know, listen, I never even rode in I tell them this all the time. I never even rode in a Bentley before I bought one. But every single day, every single morning, can I get a witness? I'm here going, I am now a millionaire. Just like I was saying when I was sleeping in my car, I began to change my self-talk. I began to change the patterns, the path of least resistance in my head. I'm just throwing it out there in case somebody out there wants to change their life. You can call in right now, 667-776-9461. Again, that's 667-776-9461. If it tries to charge you money, just text message, call me to the number, and it should call you right back. Call in right now, y'all. Call in right now. Let's get it. After this, we'll probably rock on Instagram for a little while. So if you want to join me at Mr. Haziq Ali, I can bring some of y'all on camera. We can chop it up about what you got from today. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, Mr. Haziq Ali, and we'll jump on there and kind of chop it up if anybody wants to kind of kick it about today's topic. That's what we're starting to do in the mornings. All right, y'all. It's affirmation time. Let's get it. Repeat after me. I always start with the two most powerful yet shortest words in the whole English language. Y'all know it. I am. Let's go. Put some energy in motion, y'all. Emotion, emotion. Do it with emotion or you're wasting your time almost. I got to say almost because you still ain't wasting your time. Even if you say it in the lamest way you possibly can, you still fighting back. You're still fighting back against this programming, against this conditioning of this system. I ain't lying. All right, y'all, here we go. I am.